So, tell me about the Mortgage Maze seminar.
Um, First of all, my name is Cynetta Williams. My husband works here at the church, and he attended at this seminar. And what he did was gather the information, bring it home for me. I read it over, and it made a lot of sense to me. So I called, spoke to Tim the next day. Tim is the member of the church. And he explained how everything was going to go and went into details about what to expect. And basically that's how I found out about the short sale information.
Mm-hmm. What information helped your particular case?
The fact that they were almost 100% sure that they could release all of the liability once the short sale took place. So I was confident in him and what he was saying, and I proceeded with him.
Okay. Did you have a loan modification, or
No, this was a second home.
This was a second home. Okay.
And I actually had an option to go with a friend who lives up there who's a realtor, and I initially started to do business with him to do the short sale. But he has never done a short sale before, and he wasn't confident enough in what he was doing, and I wasn't confident that he was going to be able to resolve the main issue of getting us 100% release. And I was more confident in Tim Johnson, and we went ahead and went with him instead. Disappointing my friend, of course, but you have to do what you have to do for yourself.
How was the treatment? How was he there when you called, and how did he help you? Did you feel comfortable at the moment that you called him, that you spoke with him?
Every time I emailed him, he emailed me back almost immediately, at least by the end of the day. When I called him, he returned my call, if not answering the phone right away. And initially I dealt with him at first, but then the other members of his team, especially Anthony, came on board and took over everything and dealt with the realtor, and everything just happened right away. I mean, it was so fast. I thought it would take longer actually, but it was very quick. And they kept in constant communication with me, emailing me everything the attorney would say, anything the other realtor would say, anything that was in process or had taken place, they would let me know right away. So I was very happy with that.
Okay. Do you actually ever go to the office for the
I've
paperwork?
never been there. I've never met
okay.
Tim. I've never met Anthony. I've never met anybody on the team, and they treated me like I was their main client. I was very, very, very impressed with their professionalism and how they took care of me.
Okay. What would you say to someone that maybe was in the class and didn't go forward with it, or maybe someone that was in the same situation that you were? What would you recommend them? Would you recommend them to go to the Mortgage Maze? Would you recommend them, compared to your experience, what would you tell them, advise them to do?
As far as what to do, as far as doing a modification or doing a
as
short
far
sale?
well,
Or
technically inviting them either to go to the Mortgage Maze, or how was your experience with Tim and Rosangela
Well,
for them?
if I knew that there was going to be another seminar here, definitely I would advise them to come and take the mortgage seminar, the Mortgage Maze. Definitely I've spoke to a few people and told them of my experience already, and there are a couple of people that have been thinking about doing the same thing, and definitely when they're ready I will refer them to Johnson & Johnson so that they can have the same, hopefully, outcome that I had.
Mm-hmm. Are you thankful, or just to?
I'm very grateful that I did decide to go.
Can you start that again? Because sometimes my voice, to edit it later on, I gotta cut my voice out.
Gotcha.
Basically, and for it not to actually sound.
Okay. I am very grateful that I decided to go with Johnson & Johnson team because their professionalism, their ability to handle, I just felt very comfortable and confident in them, and they proved me right.
Okay. Anything else that you liked about your experience that you'd like to add, that you'd like to?
I was a little hesitant at first with the whole process because dealing with banks in my own business and dealing with mortgage people and realtors, and I was a little discouraged going into the whole thing. But after, like I said, speaking to Tim Johnson, he assured me that he was going to be the professional that he portrayed himself to be, and I was very, very glad that I went in that direction.
You said the short sale has been done.
The
How long
short
did
sales. Go ahead.
How long did it take?
The short sale was done very quickly. It seems like within a month we were able to do everything. We got a contract almost immediately on the property. And then I submitted. It took me the longest time to gather the paperwork to submit to the bank and the hardship letter and everything. And they even advised me, they gave me a little script that I could use and edit to fit my circumstance. So it took me a while to get the information. So I would say the process took maybe a month once I got the paperwork in.
Okay. Did you get the full release, or? Then go ahead.
And we at the end of everything, it took only a month, and we got a full release. I was very happy. The buyer came through with part of what we needed to come up with. We had to come up with absolutely nothing at the end.
Okay. Anything else? Just
No,
asking?
that's